Welcome to Local Point, your life, your stories, with your host, David Gale.
Hello and welcome to Local Point. I'm your host, David Gale. Joining me in the VTV6 Studio is Patrick Nichols and Jeff Taniguchi. They're here to talk about the 2016 Green River Single Fly event as part of the High Desert Anglers organization. So maybe we need to just start with that, and anybody who doesn't know, like myself, who the High Desert Anglers are, what exactly is this organization, Jeff?
Well, we're Trout Unlimited, so we're a nationwide non-profit organization. I happen to be the chair of the Utah Council, so I'm in charge of 7 chapters from all the way up from the northern section to St. George. We have 7 chapters, and about 8 years ago we started the High Desert Anglers and in Vernal, and that was a good thing because we're sitting in one of the most prime fishing areas in the country with the famous Green River right in our backyard, and so we're lucky to have Pat, and he's continued on the tradition of making the High Desert Anglers a wonderful organization to belong to.
Yeah, and it's nice to have both of you here in Vernal, the kind of the head as well as the chapter president. Is that what?
Right.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about the event that's coming up here.
Well, one of the major fundraisers we have every year is a single fly event, and we get team sponsors to sponsor 4 fishermen and 2 guides, and they float the river. One boat floats the A section, the other floats the B section. We have a Thursday night dinner, which is next Thursday, the 25th, and the fishing event is the 26th of August, and we have 11 or 12 teams signed up, and we have sponsors that donate prizes. We have auctions and a couple dinners, and it's kind of a fun event. So
yeah, I mean the Green Rivers, it's just beautiful. Right. Now you're talking about 2 different sections of the Green River. Maybe is this where are those sections? You said
the A section is the first section below Flaming Gorge Dam.
Okay.
And it's 7 miles long. And then the next section, which goes down to Indian Crossing, is 9 miles long. So each team floats 1 boat on the A section and 1 boat on the B section.
Okay.
The fish they catch, there's a scoring system, and then we give prizes for the teams that have the most points, which obviously they catch the most fish or the biggest fish. And we have prizes for the largest fish, the most fish, who loses their fly first. I'll kind of backtrack. You're only allowed to use 1 fly.
That's why it's called a single fly event.
The
you
whole
get
day
1
long.
fly.
So if you lose it,
you're done.
You're out of the contest. We do sell mulligans, which we use to raise money. So they actually can purchase a second fly, but not all the teams do.
Okay.
But it's just an opportunity. If someone loses one at 8:30 in the morning, they still fish for a little while. So, and it is our major fundraising event, and we do it every year in August. And we recruit teams from all over Utah. We get some out of Wyoming and some out of Colorado occasionally, but it's mostly Utah teams. And we do have some local teams that support us too. So.
Okay. And so, are you looking for more teams then?
The max we can have due to restrictions by the Forest Service is 15 teams, and right now we have 11 teams, so we do have an opportunity if someone was interested to still join in if they wanted to.
Okay, well maybe we've got to go to break here in just a second, but when we come back we'll find out how you could become a team and go float the green and fish with 1 fly. Maybe 2 if you pay for a mulligan, as well as we'll talk about another fundraising event that the High Desert Anglers have. So stay with us. We got more for you right after this break.
On this episode of Wild Air, we head to the Buckskin Hills Complex to check out the Tactical Team Long Range Shoot. Then we join Tom Elder on a quick and easy hike at the Aspen Nature Trail. And finally, we take you to the Western Park Arena for the Outlaw ATV Rodeo. All of this on the latest episode of Wild Air, only on VTV6.
Hello and welcome back to Local Point. We're here talking about the High Desert Anglers and their event that's coming up, a single fly event on the Green River. And we were saying that there's still maybe a couple of boats available, a couple teams I should say. So if somebody was interested in putting together a team, where would they go to find out more information?
Well, Pat sends out a packet and it explains all the rules. It explains pretty much the whole process that we go through. And you know, it's a little bit of a pricey event, but you have to remember that it's a fundraiser.
Right.
And so we get a lot of corporate teams. So this might be a shout out to maybe a few businesses out there who are interested in fly fishing. It'd be a little pricey for just an individual, but you never know. Sure. It's a great event, and you know, you get the bragging rights of being able to say you were the single fly winner. And so the cost is about $2,000 a team, but with that, you know, you're getting a guide trip, which is pretty well $500, pretty close to that. You're getting 2 dinners. And, you know, we're going to put on a good show.
Yeah, and the experience, and then it also goes towards Trout Unlimited.
It goes to Trout Unlimited. And locally, this is one of the big things that drives our entire program, is that we wanted to put back into the resource. And so last year, we did some boot washing stations with the money that was raised. And we fund trout in the classroom, so we have how many, 6 schools that are involved?
8 or 9 actually.
8 or 9 schools in the basin where we actually set up the aquariums and raise trout from Jones Hole and let them go through the whole learning process and the cycle about trout.
The elementary school kids can raise
they love
trout
that
eggs.
stuff.
Oh, I bet they get a kick.
Yeah, they raise them from eggs.
They get to release them in
Cool.
Steinecker and other
Good
lakes and
science
streams
lesson.
in the area.
Then we have last year, I don't know if you realized, but we lost a valuable fishery in Calder's Reservoir. This lake was getting to be world famous because of the large rainbow trout that were there. Unfortunately, with the low water, I think it was like 11% of capacity, we lost those fish to a total winter kill this year. But our chapter from last year's funds donated $10,000 and the manpower, and we went and put 3 windmills, aerators on the side of the lake, but it was just too little, too late. So we went to the Blue Ribbon Fisheries Council, and they allocated $10,000, and we want to get a total of 10 windmills on Calder's to prevent that from ever happening again. It's such a fertile lake that they just grow fast and big, and we had people from all over the country that were fishing Calder's, which increases revenue in the county. Every gas station, every restaurant is going to benefit from a fishery like this, and that was part of the Blue Ribbon Charter. I served on it for 10 years, and that was one of the things that the governor had us do, is we wanted to develop small towns to get some recognition in a fishery and build those economies with an extra source of revenue. And so that's where our money's going to go this year. We also have a little project in Brush Creek, just from the phosphate to Red Fleet. We want to get with those guys. Well, it's been a long process, but we went to all the agencies. We're in the last phase of it, but we want to improve that fishery from the Simplot mine to Red Fleet by stream restoration. The county's going to jump in and maybe put in a bike trail and connect all the bike trails around Red Fleet. And eventually there may be a bike trail also So
That's
it's
amazing how much work you guys are doing for the area. And
for a small chapter. We're really proactive.
And we've only got about 20 seconds left, but there's another event that's coming up for fundraising.
In September, along with Sportsman's Warehouse, we're sponsoring the Hunting Film Tour, which is a film that independent filmmakers enter their filmmaking that they did while they were hunting.
Yeah.
And this Hunting Film Tour puts together a 2-hour film, and it's going to be presented at the Uinta Conference Center on September 10th at 7 o'clock. And we hope people join that. I know hunting is a big interest in this area also. One other thing I'd like to say, if you're interested in a team, you can reach us on Facebook.
Okay.
So we have the High Desert Anglers has a Facebook page that you can get a hold of me, and if you're interested in either the Hunting Film Tour or the single fly.
Very nice. Find High Desert Anglers on Facebook.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Pat and Jeff, for coming. And, of course, thank you for watching Local Point. Stay tuned for this week's community calendar.
On this episode of Wild Air, we head to the Buckskin Hills Complex to check out the Tactical Team Long Range Shoot. Then we join Tom Elder on a quick and easy hike at the Aspen Nature Trail. And finally, we take you to the Western Park Arena for the Outlaw ATV Rodeo. All of this on the latest episode of Wild Air, only on VTV6.
Hey there, welcome to this week's community calendar, presented by your local Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce, building commerce one member at a time. How about that for a new jingle? Free of charge from me. Go to vernalchamber.com to get more information about upcoming events. Hey, we're going to do something new today. It's weather. We're going to take a look at your weekend weather before we do anything else. So here you go. You got highs for the weekend in the low 80s. Nighttime temperatures right around the 54, 55 degree mark. You're going to have winds. It's going to be between about 5 to 10 miles per hour for the entire weekend. On Friday, you got about 20% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise, it's mostly sunny. You can see that Saturday it stays mostly sunny and clear all through the night. On Sunday, though, we lose maybe a little bit more of that sun. I'm going to call it partly cloudy, even though that graphic shows the full sun. Nope, we're saying partly cloudy. How about that? Fun weather. Now let's move on to this week's schedule, starting with your weekend. That's what we're going to do now, is we're going to push you the weekend so you know exactly what's happening. Then we'll jump to next week. Friday, August 19th, VTV6 football coverage live at 7 p.m. Going to be streaming it at VTVchannel6.com. That's the number 6. Going to be covering the Park City at Union game and the Snow Canyon at Uinta game. I'm going to go a little faster because we got a lot to cover. Also Friday night, 7 to 10 p.m., the Golden Age Center Dance. This is going to be happening at the Golden Age Center in Vernal. They're going to have a live band. Guess what? All adults are invited. All adults are invited. Also kids 10 years old and older, so this is not just for the young at heart. Wouldn't that be fun? Go to a dance with a live band? Great fun. Saturday, August 20th, it's the Strata Gaming Series. This is the first of its kind that Strata's putting on. They're going to be playing Black Ops 3. It's a gaming tournament, right? These guys are serious. I mean, this is a sport for them. You got a Wii that's going to be set up and an HTC Vive virtual reality station. So you can go there, you can play those things for free and watch the tournament as well. It starts at 10 a.m. Player check-in is at 9:30 a.m. You can go to stratanetworks.com for more information on that. Before going to the tournament, however, be sure to check out the Ashley Valley Farmers Market that happens right there in front of the Uinta County Library, about 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Such delicious stuff. And if you're really up for a challenge, there's also the Dry Fork 10K run. You start at the top of Dry Fork and run all the way down, but you got to get up pretty early. Check-in is at 6 o'clock in the morning. You also need to register by Friday the 19th, the day before, right? But it's well worth it. You got that crisp air in the morning. You're going to get a well-earned trip to eat lunch at Wimpy's and Mazer afterwards, if you want to. That's what I would do. Man, I would get me one of them half-pounders and just down it. I'd pay for it afterwards, though, I'm sure of it. Finally, on Saturday the 20th, the Hot Rod Reliability Run. This is hosted by Flaming Gorge Resort. Really fun. It's from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. The whole thing. You got poker hands with payouts and music, a Dutch oven dinner, bonfire. Just a great way to cap off your summer. Now let's go take a quick look at next week, August 22nd through the 25th. We're starting with Monday now, August 22nd. Hey, fall dance classes for kids begin through the Una County Rec Center. You can introduce your kids to ballet and jazz and hip hop. It's a great way to get them continued moving through this fall session that's coming up here. You can contact the Rec Center for more information on that. Also, there's a Parkinson's support group at 7 p.m. at the small conference room in the Una County Library. This is going to happen every Monday evening. It's not just a one-time thing. Over on Tuesday now, August 23rd, Youth Flag Football begins. This is for grades 2nd through 8th grade. It runs for 8 weeks. Also contact Una Rec for that. And, of course, as usual on a Tuesday, we've got the Vernal Chamber Luncheon at Golden Corral at noon. Dun, 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 love Golden Corral. Wednesday, August 24th, first day of school for Duchesne County. You Una Countyites, you've already got those kids out. Duchesne County's just begging to have a chance. Now it's your turn. Send the kids away. At 7 p.m. that same day, the City Dark is what it's called. It's Una County Library is talking about our starry skies outside. You see, they're disappearing. Now, they're not really disappearing. You're just not able to see them as well. But there's going to be like a documentary that they're going to show, going to tell you how you can help bring those skies back, make the sky a little more beautiful for everyone to see. Also, there's a preparedness class Wednesdays at 1 and 2 p.m. at the Basin Home Survival. I don't really know what they're preparing for. Obviously emergencies and stuff, but you know, go down there, find out more about it. Thursday, August 25th, first day of kindergarten in Una County. You got those grade schoolers off. Now get the kindergartners out of here. Hey, pretty soon that's going to be the preschoolers, and then you can be home alone and ignore everybody. You deserve the break. I'm talking specifically to my wife. Go ahead, sweets. Just watch some Netflix. There's also a business seminar. It's called From Business Concept to Reality. It's a 90-minute breakfast seminar. It's going to teach you how to take your business idea and make it happen. You're going to contact Vernal Area Chamber of Commerce to find out more. Hey, you had me at breakfast. Whew, that's a lot going on, right? And that's all that we have time for this week's community calendar. If you have an event coming up, hey, let us know. Thank you for watching. Of course, like VTV6 on Facebook or any other social media. Just give people thumbs up as you're driving by. Hey, we like VTV6. We're going to leave you now with a look at the 2016 Duchesne County Fair, and we'll see you here next week.
We're at the Duchesne County Fairgrounds in Duchesne, Utah. It's been the county fair all week long. Throughout the week, we had motocross and barrel racing. We had the monster trucks. We've had a concert. Our highlight of the week usually is the demolition derby. This year we saw a lot of excitement that night. Then we have a rodeo for Friday night and Saturday night.
My involvement with the fair this year is getting announced and letting people know that we are here to represent Duchesne County as well as possible. It's just so much fun. The best part of the fair is the derby and the rodeo because it's the most exciting.
And what's the best part of the fair?
The rodeos. The rodeos.
Let's go! Come on, Rowdy! Yeah! Yeah! Go! Yeah! We did it!